Chapter 3 stuff. We're going to go back to graphing, but instead of equations, we're going to graph inequalities. So, here's our first one, and I'm only going to do it in slope-intercept form. So look at this one. Hey, journal's out. I want this written down inside your journal. Let's go. Step number 1. Graph line. If it's this or this, it's a solid line. If it's this or this, it's a dotted line. Okay, so that's step number 1. I want everything on this problem written down. Journal, Easton.
I kind of left the bag that has my pro board, my journal, and pretty much everything else in it. So I'm waiting for my mom to pick
Okay. Okay. So step number 1 is to graph the line. Now, everyone should know how to graph these, right? If this isn't an inequality, and if it was an equal sign, everyone here should know how to graph this, right? So, Dre, graph that one for me.
Go to 5.
So we're going to go up 5, put a dot.
Yeah, and then go down 2 and over 1.
Down 2 over 1. Okay, is it a solid or a dotted line?
Solid.
It's a solid. If it's like this or this, it's solid. If it's this or this, it's dotted. So this is actually a solid line. Now, if this was an equation, meaning it was an equal sign, you would be done right there. But we're not done. Step number 2. Plug point 0, 0 back into equation. Remember, this is our x and our y. So what we're doing right now is we're testing a point to see which side of the graph we're going to shade. So one side of this line is going to be shaded, and the other side of this line is not.
Bishop, would you send Easton to the office, please?
Yep, we're going to show you. So we're going to plug point 0, 0. Now look, I always register which side 0, 0 is on. 0, 0 is on that side, right? Okay. So 0, 0 is right here, correct? All right, here we go. So first things first, we're going to plug 0, 0 in for our x and our y, which is going to simplify down to that. Okay, so first things first. That says 0 is less than 5. Okay, it's true. So here's what we're going to do. Step number 3. If true, shade side of line where 0, 0 is. If false, shade side of line where 0, 0 is not. So it is true because 0 is in fact less than or equal to negative 5, right? So because it's true and 0, 0 is on this side of this line, we are going to shade this side of the line.
Oh, I thought it was talking about the triangle. Oh, yeah, kind of. Like, see how this, I thought it was from that second point there.
Okay, and Alex has a button. After you graph it, you're just going to click the shade button and you can click on it to shade. Okay, questions so far? What point do we test? We always test 0, 0. Okay? Now, why do you think I want to test 0, 0?
So that you're not testing 1, 1.
Yeah, so 0, 0 is easiest. What happens when you times something by 0? It basically eliminates it, right? That's why you could test any point on this graph. 0, 0 is the easiest. And I always make sure I register which side 0, 0 is on so that we can do it. Okay, any questions on that? Ready for another? We're not ready. Okay. So here we go. Y is less than negative 4x plus 6. So here we go. I'm going to call on some people to help me here, so everyone check in.
And Mallory to the office.
Yes? Bye, Mallory. You gonna come back? You gonna come back and be our friend? All right. Who wants to help me graph this thing?
I will.
All right, Ricky. How do I do it?
Put a point at positive 6,
Okay, so we're gonna put the y-intercept first, which is positive 6.
and then down 4 over 1.
Down 4 over 1 because the slope's negative 4. Okay, now you have to register. Is it a solid or a dotted line? This is dotted. The reason why you know it's dotted is because it's not equal to. So it is, in fact, dotted. Corbin. Okay, now we have to test a point. What point do we want to test?
0.
Okay, 0 is over there, right? So we're going to plug 0 in for our y and 0 in for our x, which is going to say 0 is less than 6. Is that true?
Yes. So shade this side.
So if it's true, you shade the side of the line that has 0, 0.
Wait, what happens when it's not true?
You shade the side of the line where 0, 0 is not. So if this thing was not true, you would shade up here, Braxton. So if this sign happened to be flipped, where 0 is greater than 6, which is not true, you would shade the side of the line where 0, 0 is not. Okay? Next one. Y is greater than or equal to negative 2x minus 3. Since Dre's talking, I guess he can help me.
That's exactly how he sounds like.
It's identical, it's weird. Okay, here we go, Drayston. We're going to go down 3 because that's our y-intercept. Then down 2 more over 1. Okay, now what? Whoa, how do you know it's solid? So now you need to register which side 0, 0 on. This side right here, right? So we're going to test it, right? So we're going to plug 0 in for our y, 0 in for our x. So now watch. 0 is greater than or equal to negative 3. Is it true? If it's true, is that true?
Yes.
So 0, 0 is on this side of the line, right? So if it's true, you shade the side of the line where 0, 0 is. Okay, questions?
No.
Okay, I want you guys to determine on your own. Hey, welcome back, welcome back, welcome back. Here we go. Y is greater than or equal to
3.
4x minus 5. Graph it.
Me too. Still have to do school at home. No, I don't. It's clear to me.
Yeah, it's only on number lines. We're not even calling. We're never going to shut down. Just check in now. We have to have 30 positive cases. Not anymore. Now it's 30.
So they're just trying to extend it so you can kind of
Yeah.
It's 30 now. That's what we heard. That's what I heard yesterday. Now it's 30.
I think I did it right.
I love how scared
Scared we were when there's only like 2 cases.
In the whole.
2 cases,
And
and now there's like millions.
It's like, alright, let's shut down for like forever.
And now there's
It's like
millions, and
worse
this is
than
like,
it
it's
was.
fine.
When I first got in middle school, there was no cases at all.
I was never scared. I'm scared of it, because if I get it, then my mom.
Hey, let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Do this problem. I'm gonna ask Mallory's gonna help us because she ditched out for an hour.
Yeah,
Mallory, how do I do in this problem? Well, I gotta know how to graph it first, so. Okay, how do I graph it? Down 5, up 4 over 1. Hey, let's forget, should we forget this? No, we already did it. Solid or dotted?
we should forget that.
Okay, good, Mallory. So Mallory graphed, did Mallory graph it right? Yep. So there's our point 0, 0. It's on this side. So here we go. You ready, Mallory?
Wait, what do you even write out how to do it?
What do you
We
mean?
already did.
No, like when you plug in the 0.
So all you do is you plug 0 in for y and 0 in for x like that. And then,
You just take.
so what's 0 times 4?
0.
So that basically cancels out and you're left with this.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
See that? So is 0 greater than negative 5? Is that true? So we're going to shade where 0, 0 is. Now look, every problem I did today was true. Are you going to have problems that are false? Yes, you are. I actually tried to make that one where it's false, and for some reason it came back true. But any questions? Who got this right? Raise your hand. That's good. Okay, you guys have got it. Hey, I think I only assigned you 4 problems. There's a reason why I only assigned you 4 problems. No, listen, I want this. Hey, I